we come to Washington, in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
All right. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully everybody is warm where they are at. I know I got family down there in the South. From Texas. I guess if you're in that Fort Worth area, y'all straight, but all my Houston family. And Louisiana, New Orleans folks. Looks like Shreveport, y'all got missed. Looks like y'all folks in the Strop might be teetering. So everybody down there be safe. Arkansas, Little Rock. See, y'all got dumped on. I don't know if it's melted there yet or not. But hopefully everybody is good. All the fam is straight. As far as your cousins out this way, we cold, but it's clear. So it's cold and clear. Cold and clear. Luckily, I park in the garage, so I ain't got to deal with no frost and frozen madness. Anyway, I should probably turn the actual lights on. Real quick, just wanted to come in and chime in on something if you guys didn't see it, which I'm sure you probably did. This is Tuesday, day after Martin Luther King holiday, and you know, we for the past few years have been seeing these weird flyers for these parties or whatnot. And it's nighttime, y'all, so it's dark and I'm driving. So if you wondering why the screen is black, I'm here. But nonetheless, you've seen these really, really disrespectful flyers for like advertisements for parties or whatnot, and it's amazing to me that these people are comfortable doing that with such a historical figure, especially when you got tethers doing it. Because here's the one thing for all of you tethers that think it's okay to disrespect the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. He's a large part of the reason why you're even able to be here. So to do that is like shooting yourselves in the foot. And when they're now going back to the real purpose, and I hope you guys understand what's happening here. The supremacists that you guys look at, here's the bottom line of America, folks. It's the red man, the black man, and the white man. All the rest is fluff. And brown is at the border. For all of the rest of you who come over here from these other areas, even if you're melanated, you are an immigrant class. We are not part of that class. So to talk about deportation when it comes to us, or when it comes to your white-looking red American, Native American, none of us can be deported. We are all the same. So, you'll have more white folks that are able to be deported than we. You understand? But anyway, back to the conversation at hand about these really ridiculous, irresponsible, disrespectful flyers that these people keep putting out to support their parties. They got, I'm sure you saw, I think that was Rihanna a few years ago, that put the gold mouth grill on Martin Luther King. You've seen those pictures. Those are ridiculous. And so this latest stunt by Sexxy Red, which I don't believe Sexxy Red is an immigrant. I believe she's just one of our homegrown idiots. And I often remind y'all, we got a lot of crack babies coming up in that age range, man. And not saying that she is one. I can't say that. That she portrayed a person that perhaps could come off that way. Yes. I mean, because let's be clear. You know, when I came up, you know, my family had foster children, so I'm not saying crack babies to be mean. I'm saying crack babies from my experience, from the foster kids, from my cousins, my aunts, other family members, kids, all of these, like, and these are, and I want to preface this, these are good kids. They turn out to be decent adults, but I can't help but notice majority of the females are all single. They're all single. And the other part of that have had again, I hate to say this, but it's the reality of it. Majority of them on the female side have done a little bit of adult dancing in their days. You know, now some of them have since moved on, but I noticed just in a pattern, you know what I'm saying, in my own personal life, that the girls ended up doing that, and the guys most definitely dealt with the law. Yeah, I don't think anybody came out of there unscathed. So they most definitely dealt with the law. So that there's a part to play. So when I say crack babies, and I talk about that pertaining to Sexxy Red, that's how I mean it. You know what I'm saying? And it may not be true, but again, even if it's not, this is a bad judgment move on her call, and it should, like, that group of black folks, that age group, they should take it in high regard, their elders. You know what I'm saying? Because for the children before them, their grandparents are raising them. Now, maybe, you know, the byproduct of having a generation of households, because now those kids are grown, you know, i.e. my own children, you get the two-parent household. And so the whole single mother struggling thing ain't really there. And again, we're a younger generation of parents. So, you know, there's that. You know, I'm just saying. It's just things I notice. Just things I notice. And I think that, you know, her doing the most recent picture that she did, and she posted it because when I first saw it, I wanted to make sure that it was actually her. Yeah, it was her. So for some odd reason, she felt the need to do one of the, and she's like photoshopped in, so it's like AI. It's real weird to me. But you know, it's something they doing, something they obviously think is cool. I don't. I think it's in very poor taste and something that they really should not want to do. But you know, I just got sense. I just got sense, that's all. I mean, this is crazy. So, it's unnecessary disrespect. It's just very unnecessary disrespect. And so, looking at how things are going to transpire in the future, especially with this group of people, when they look at us and be like, how we're not supporting and we're hating and all of this, you make sure that they remember the moments like this, to when, you know, you didn't have to disrespect our icons. These are our icons, and you're treating them as if they are, you know, it should be something like a trivial thing to play with their legacy. And this thing that she just recently did, photoshopping her face in there and whatnot, and then she posted like it's cool. Like, so it's not like she could say it wasn't her, somebody AI'd her in there. She literally posted a picture. She literally posted it. So it's just unnecessary disrespect in my view. And so to that regard, shame on you, Sexxy Red. Not that you really have any. I don't expect you to have any shame. But it does have to be said that was super duper disrespectful. And if other people allow you to get away with that type of disrespect, that's one thing. But the rest of us don't have to allow you to do that. We absolutely can vocalize our disdain for that. And that's just a disgusting mess. It's something that should never be done. And, you're a pretty bad person for doing that. That's an icon that allows, like, all these freedoms that you enjoy as a black woman today. And it's amazing to me how many of these sisters act like they could just pop off about Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Regardless of what you think of him, especially if your parents weren't born in this country, you need to shut your mouth. Here's the problem that y'all have with leaders. You believe your leaders is supposed to be a religious figure. He's a political figure. He's an activist. He's not Jesus. He's not Allah. He's not Buddha. You understand what I'm saying? He's none of those things. He's just a man. He was just a man. Everybody is imperfect. What he did, though, and see, people act like you could diminish his work for the stupid ideal of feminism on how his personal relationship with his wife was. She wasn't complaining publicly. That's you idiots doing that, trying to rehash something that was never there. And you don't even consider his children or his grandchildren. So you slime balls that think that it's cool to just, he was a womanizer and all that. Y'all is pieces of shit too. Because you ain't thinking about his grandchildren or great-grandchildren. Damn them kids. So shut up. Y'all hypocrites as hell. Trying to talk dirty down on this man. Miss me. If anything, talk ignorant about this broad who's doing this crazy shit. You understand what I'm saying? That makes more sense to me. Anyway, let me place this order. I'll be right back.
Now, when we come to Washington, in this campaign, we're coming to get our check.
So, with the way things are now, moving into this the new administration and all of that, we're gonna make sure we have to tighten up on these folks, especially those in our own borders. Now, when I say our own borders, I mean that of foundational Black American border. And so we have to check these folks like Sexxy Red for disrespecting our elders. And we got to get out of this thing to where we don't want to press the issue. And I'm glad that a lot of us have moved past, hey man, it's not my issue, it's that and that. Because you see how Fat Joe getting done right now? That's simply because we pressed the issue. We set that tone. If you don't set that tone, folks will not respect you. Sometimes you just got to make folks respect you. And, in this instance, it's our time to do so. Don't feel bad about doing that. Make sure people respect you. That's important. And make sure they respect your lineage. Like Birdman said, put some respect on our name. Y'all fleers. We not fleers. We stand and fight for what's ours. You know what I mean? So this idiot, Sexxy Red, and yes, I'm going to say idiot because, see, you get these women out here that believe they can't be called an idiot or a bitch. Like, there's some of both in every realm. I'm from the West Coast. Wow, big old no turn, left turn, but it ain't gonna turn left right there in the center, all right? But again, like I said, I'm from the West Coast, and a lot of that game has been heavy out here. So we're not on the simp train out here. A lot of us are not, especially just for me. I came up very, very closely around the game, shall you say. Some of my relatives have partook. Just a sec. Okay, well, while I'm waiting, like I'm saying, people act like, oh, well, and this isn't no feminist lane. And again, I'm an anti-feminist because that shit's rooted in white supremacy in the first place. So if you're subscribing to that, it's really because you were looking to skate off sense of responsibility of your own decisions and choices. And usually that's what you see. I mean, I still see that with adult women now. Went through it with people bringing up my name. Because they're skirting their own responsibility. I'm talking about not just one, but a few. Ain't no need to bring me up. But because they're not dealing with the things they do or holding themselves accountable. Because before you come out of your mouth talking about another person, there should not be anybody over the age of 40 or 50 doing spaces on other people that they don't have personal relationships outside of being online. That right there is only for clout. I don't know you like that. You don't know me like that. So if I go off of what I see, that's what you're going to be. And right now, Sexxy Red is looking like an ignorant, crack baby piece of trash for sitting up there doing the silly shit she did. And so for me, I would hope that other people would choose to speak up in these instances. When you see people being blatantly disrespectful to your lineage and the history and the successes of your lineage, don't let them tear that down. Don't let them get out here talking crazy about Malcolm X and talking crazy about Martin Luther King. That's crazy. And they're too young to really be talking in the first place. So the fact that, some unlearned idiot is going to open a mouth and start talking, we're talking Sexxy Red. So at the end of the day, she just needs to own it and apologize to her people. But see, this is the thing. She wants, just like all of these other people, you want to be successful, but at the end of the day, you want support. We're the support, not them people. And I get it, because as a musician, there's a whole lot of white pleasing you will do. If that's the lane you're in, because that's the nature of the business. And let me be even more honest.
You are.
Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, you too. Let me be keep it a buck. As a musician and as a working musician, I not every area that you're going to be in, because see, there's a lot of people that get into this. Hey, why ain't you doing this? And you could be doing what you do for the community. But here's the thing: the community always want to shortchange us. The community, just like I see on this online. See, when you have people that are doing something special and doing something that you are not, you don't need to automatically put yourself on the level of something that someone else is doing that you didn't first have it in your mind to do. You're not a creator. There's no reason to be jumping on other people's creations. And then say, hey, why aren't you involving me? That's kind of what feminism does. I mean, I've heard that even about speaking about foundational black Americans. I'm assuming they're speaking about new black media, because what they're saying, and I guess for the women who who are over here in this space, I guess they all have internalized not misogyny. But for all of us men who created our spaces, just like the women, we're supposed to now create something. And this is one thing I'm picking up right now. And I really don't like this notion at all. And I don't know where it comes from other than realistically it comes from a culture vulture culture. The culture of culture vulturing, it always requires for something else to have already been established and created. And feminism is the ultimate culture vulture. It'll always latch on to things that it did not create, things that it is not responsible for. And these are the things that we honestly have seen in feminism. And when I speak on feminism, feminism is only the woman arm of the system of white supremacy. It is an institution. It has been so since the plantation days. I don't understand how people miss that part. You guys got to be clear when it comes down to the plantation period in time of chattel slavery. The white woman was very, very much a part. And I don't know how much people get away from that, because at this day and age, you got so many of these Negroes out here running after white women. It could give you the impression that they weren't just as much as oppressors as we were. And so by way of so many of their women, I guess you could say, quote unquote, slumming or being sacrificed to sleeping with black men, or race trading on the other side of it, it creates a built-in narrative then. Now, well, we got to watch out for these guys. We got to keep them away from our women. But it makes the woman, especially now, and I say woman, that means white woman, it puts her in a position to where she literally now looks like a victim, along with the people to whom she also has the exact same history of oppressing. And then we'll have our women thinking that they align with them. And then we'll turn around in the same breath and tell us that we're aligning with our oppressors. There is no alignment with black men and white men. The only alignment with the oppressor class that supports the system of white supremacy is through our women. There is no connection with white power structure of the man and any black male power structure. There's no such thing. However, through feminism, what do you have? The most educated, didn't Jasmine Crockett just come out of her mouth talking about that? Black women are the most educated in this. See, you're talking about what black women are. They elevated you. Why? And I guess black women think that was an achievement they achieved without, or maybe, I would wonder, where was the perceived fight or struggle with white supremacy? Or you believe they just allowed you to have that? And see, because here's the thing about your community. If your community thrives, somebody comes in to destroy it. So why now are black women the most anything if it does not benefit the system of white supremacy? It's just something to think about. And at the same time, that very same system is exactly why we have Sexxy Reds and other tethers out here thinking that it would be absolutely okay to be disrespectful to our civil rights icons, our black empowerment historical figures. And here these people are who twerk and have ratchet music, singing about ratchet sex, degenerate sex, having unprotected sex for the purpose of getting STDs, I guess. Okay, you're gonna have to figure out what you're gonna do, Grammy. Okay, thank you. Just figure it out. Because you're not moving fast enough. I don't know what you're doing. Good grief. Oh, white women. Something else. Don't listen to him, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. Like the older white lesbians do not take any advice. I'm in Portland, Oregon. They will always be the first ones telling you their advice to give about your children. Don't listen to none of that shit. But that's also the same reason on how we got these sexy reds out here. So we need to understand all of the oh no.
Now, when we come to Washington, in this campaign, we're coming to get our check.
All right. Well, since the wrapping of my video yesterday, I wanted to make sure I came in and just clarify some things and developments that had actually happened before I put this video out. So since things have recently transpired, so you saw in the video my position on Sexxy Red, and Bernice King, the daughter of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., she chimed in and had something to say, and kind of did some correcting and straightening with Sexxy Red. And it turns out that Sexxy Red actually deleted one of the pictures. And of course, she apologized to Bernice King. But I wanted to show y'all the interaction. So this is the first thing that she asked her to take down, the one on the right, where you see their hands all locked. I'm not sure who did this. The other one was still up with her holding the money and Chief Keef. But nonetheless, Bernice King, as you see on the screen, she chimed in. So I wanted to give some context to how this thing ended. And she says that, you know, this is to the first picture, mind you. This is intentionally distasteful, dishonoring, deplorable, and disrespectful to my family and my father, who is not here to respond himself because he was assassinated for working for your civil rights, or for your civil and human rights, and to end the war on poverty. Please delete. And so, as you see, the post is unavailable. Let's see here. So she retweeted and she said, and this is Sexxy Red's profile, said, "You ain't wrong. Never meant to disrespect your family. My apologies. Just reposted something I saw that I thought was innocent." Not sure when doing that to people's assassinated loved ones would be innocent, but okay. Okay. I guess you guys take that what you will. And so she and Bernice responded. She said, "Thank you for your apology, which I sincerely accept. Please know that it was not my intention that you be denigrated. I value you as a human being. I hope you understand." Let me expand that. "I hope you understand my concerns about the image. I know that my father has become..." Oh, what happened to my camera? Let me back on this screen. Okay, here we go with madness again. All right, well, we'll just do it this way. All right, you can still hear me. So again, let's see. "I know that my father has become a bit of a caricature to the world, and that his image is often used with no regard to his family. his sacrificial work or to the tragic unjust way in which he died, a state-sanctioned assassination. Unfortunately, I regularly challenge the disregard. And that's good because she's supposed to. I earnestly wish that people would imagine what it would feel like to see their deceased, deleted father, state-sanctioned violent deletion of their father, repurposed for party flyers, unjust legislation, etc. All the best to you, young lady. And that's a classy response. Torian Walker. Shout out to you, brother Terrain Walker. He says it's so refreshing to see people on this app resolving an issue like adults. Respect. I'll give that comment a like right there. I have to agree. Dee Dee says the assassination was carried out by the government. Please educate me because I didn't learn this part in school. But you know the Lion King. Let me see what some of the comments are on this. Yes, the King family sued the FBI and won for his death. He was smothered at the hospital after surviving the actual shooting. Dee Dee, your worldview is about to change in a way like you can't imagine. You never learned real history in school. Yeah. This one here by Ace Dolo, I absolutely can't co-sign. I wouldn't be reading anything from Michael Harriot. He's not FBA. He doesn't share our experience. He does, he has a take. I won't say that he doesn't, but yeah. Anyway, so I just wanted to give that disclaimer and let you guys know how the situation actually unfolded. And so to give context and clarity to the rest of this video. So once I got out the car, and real quick, once I got out the car, let me just tell y'all what happened. So obviously some white woman who doesn't live at this place, this building, she decided that for some reason she was in our garage. And so she is trying to move her truck, which clearly doesn't have a parking pass on it. And now there's work going on in our garage. So where I'm parking is a dead end. I guess instead of her just pulling out of the garage, she thought that she was going to be nosy and see what I was doing. So when you saw me last get out the car, then that's when I had to ask her, is she lost? And then as she had to back all the way out of the garage, I just sat there and watched her do the whole idiot Gertrude thing. And so, yeah, to Gertrude, go be where you need to be because you clearly do not belong here. And here's the craziest thing. This woman is over in my apartment complex. Like, what are you doing here? So it's crazy to even see her in this neighborhood. Like, what are you doing? Anyway, and it's funny. I seen security. Was they're breaking in a new security guard. So I seen the security walking the grounds, right? I'm thinking to myself, these people are worthless. They don't catch nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because people look, they're doing their pass. So you guys got to switch it up a bit. They had these security folks before. They used to just sit in the car all damn night. They didn't do nothing. But now, people had to kind of get on them, and they have a what do they call it? Neighborhood union or something like that. So some things have been getting done, let's say. But anyway, again, just wanted to let y'all know what happened when the video cut off. Needless to say,
we're here. These people have this false sense of entitlement, especially these nosy ones. They just want to let me see what you're doing. There's a video of a black woman. I'm not sure if she's FBA or not, but there's a woman on a plane, and she's in business class, and there's this white woman on the other side of the plane. She can't enjoy her flight for just having to look over into this woman's cubicle to see what she's doing in her business class seat, because she just can't fathom that there's a dark in business class. Jeez, these people. Anyway. Anyway, Gertrude, this is all I got for you. So that being said, family, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. This has been Unnecessary Disrespect. This was absolutely unnecessary. It's good that it got cleaned up. I'm glad it got cleaned up in a responsible, respectable manner, because so many people have that hassle. It didn't have to be a big space. Actually, it's already been resolved by the time we're talking about it. And that's how things should be with adults. Not chasing clout. So, with that being said, we are going to have a different, real quick, before I go, there's a shooting, another shooting out in Antioch, Tennessee. And unfortunately, this is a real huge societal indictment, because this is a 17-year-old black kid who hated himself and hated his blackness so much that he went and did a school shooting and made sure one of the victims was him in front of all of his classmates. Not sure what was really going on with this kid, but he was radicalized in some weird way, and his self-hatred was off the charts. But that's a whole nother story. But just, salute to those kids and families. Hopefully, they get some help with the trauma that they're facing from another school shooting. And really, with this one, I'm wondering how they're going to play it, because they were real quick to put this kid's face in the news. But the twist about this kid is he's a white culture worshiper. So it's crazy. So we're going to talk about that down the road. But nonetheless, this has been the end of this. So salute to you. Thank you all for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe to this channel if you have not already done so. And if you would like to also support this channel, you can join. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at beatzillapdx. And all the other the things you need to know, Cash Apps and PayPal, will be in the description. And of course, it's also on the screen. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, y'all stay black, stay vigilant, stay alive. Black first, black first, black first. Shalom, y'all.